Hello, everyone. Here we are once again for the Tata Steel Chess in Kolkata, India. And one of the highlights of the tournament is Mamedyarov scintillating performance in the first day of the tournament. 3 out of 3, and he started with a win against the up-and-coming superstar Dumaragan Gukesh. Let's take a look at the game. Mami was black here. Gukesh started with d4, knight into f6, c4, e6, knight f3, bishop b4 check, knight bd to d5, e3 castles after a3, bishop e7. Mami plays the Bogo Indian. Both games with black today, where Mami won, were the Bogo Indian against Gukesh and Wesley Saw. b4 a5, nice break. b5 c5, okay, takes. Black could also go for a knight takes c6 here, but the problem with this idea is that the pawn becomes a target on b7. Okay, so pawn takes, bishop e2, knight bd7, and c5, another central break. Bishop e2, bishop e7, normal development. Queen into c2, takes on c4, takes on c4, rook c8. We have an x-ray on the queen here. Rook into d1, bishop and d5, queen a4. I think this is the first mistake of the game played by Gukesh. Queen a4, maybe not that square. I guess Gukesh should have played knight fd2 to protect c4. He probably was worried about the pin, with some ideas of knight b6 here. But moving the queen into a4 also becomes vulnerable. Look at this square. Rook goes to b8 at some point. Knight b6 takes and takes. And here Gukesh blundered with bishop c3. Okay, the queen is attacking bishop and also the bishop on b3. And if, let's say, for example, if Gukesh goes to b5, Mamedyarov could play queen a7, or he could also take that queen on b5 and push that pawn on c4. If, let's say, bishop into c3, then we have knight e4. Because if you take this peony, there's rook a8. If you go bishop b4, just takes on b4, takes on b4, knight into c3. The bishop and the rook is under attack, the double attack by the knight fork. So Gukesh went for bishop c3. Of course, bishop b3 wins on the spot. Wins an exchange, takes an a5, takes, and the rest is just a matter of technique, simplification. Right, the process of elimination here takes on d1, exchange up, knight d5, forcing another exchange, takes. If Gukesh wants to keep his bishop, let's say moving it back, there's rook a8, threatens d4, and also threatens a3. So he has to take, right. Knight into d4, knight c3, another exchange here coming up with the rook to b1. All right, now it's very hard for white to have any counterplay with bishop and knight against rook and knight. Of course, the rook is superior than the bishop. After knight d6, knight takes pawn. If you want to keep the pawn, for example, you want to push it to a4, knight goes back to c3, the bishop has no way of protecting it. The knight is there on c3, the rook is there on c6. So knight d6, equal number of pawns, but then again, it's rook for bishop and knight for knight. Knight into c4, okay, rook into a4, knight d6, rook to d3, rook d2, nice move, h5, breaking the connection of the pawns, takes. If push, for example, there is knight f5, yeah? There's knight f5. King has to go h3 and then g6, look at the target. King will be an overworked piece, he cannot protect both h4 and f2. So takes, knight f5, king g4, rook takes f2. Again, an overworked piece, protecting f3. And also he cannot take that knight on f5. Knight into d3, timing. Knight takes e3. Knight takes e5, rook to d4, threatening knight f5, taking h4. King f2, knight f5, after bishop g4, nice move. Rook e4 forces everything. If you take, of course, if you take the knight, I will not take the knight. I'd like to take the bishop, because again, it's a double attack on h5 and the knight. King e3 or king g3, rook takes f5. The knight moves, I'll take your pawn. Extra pawn, exchange up, too much. So that was it. Mamedyarov started with a win against Gukesh and went on to win the next two games against Sefo and West Dison in the final round of the day, round number 3. So Mamedyarov leads Tata Steel Chess in India on day 1 with 3-4-3. Perfect start for Mami. And we'll find out who will catch up in day 2 tomorrow. Guys, thank you for watching and thank you for supporting our channel, Charts Max Chess and Charts Max Entertainment on Facebook and YouTube. We'll continue our coverage of Tata Steel Chess in India in the days to come. This is Coach Oliver once again. Stay tuned, everyone. Bye-bye.